Hello, welcome to what apparently seems to be an international finals between the German community and the French community. We have Hitsuyan1337 facing off versus Bonta, two very familiar household names, veterans, titans of this game, extremely high skill level. This is going to be an awesome race. I am Claire Mouse, joined today here by the one, the only, founder of the ALTTP League, Fear Agent. Fear, how are you doing today?
Glad to get the league shout out there. We are definitely, I mean, Bonta is a Titan, to be sure. I mean, Hitsu, I don't know if I'd describe him as a Titan, maybe more of a clown, if I'm being honest. But he's really, I mean, he is really good at the game. Whether he's a Titan or a clown, he's really, really, really good at this game. So I'm glad I'm not facing either one of these two.
Yeah,
standard.
Yeah. Hitsu is, of course, named after one of the sprites of the game, Luffy. And yes, Fear, he is probably has a reputation of being known for some unconventional routing decisions.
To say the least. To say the least. And then Bonta's just known for being really good and contributing many things, including like multi-world and stuff. So what are you hoping to see here coming out of Escape?
In terms of weapon, yeah, I mean, I would like to not see Kate and Burna, honestly. I think it's not that interesting. But other than that, okay. So it looks like Hitsu's actually got us our first standard weapon, which is the Fire Rod. Of course, we get a free magic refill. One of the fastest weapons, of course, in order to get through, because it can just burn everything. It's actually faster than the sword, because you can just take out the ball and chain guard in one shot.
Yeah, it's definitely faster than the sword. I like Hitsu using the magic on the two guards there to try to get some information on the prize packs, because you do get the two free magic refills right there. Bonta didn't do that, but I didn't see any drops.
No, not so far, unfortunately. Yeah, so unfortunately or fortunately, as part of the non-bomb start drop, our runners are going to be trying to farm bombs through their way towards Zelda Cell, and while on the path to rescuing her, because there are 3 chests in the back of Escape through a bombable wall that we would like to access the first time around, as opposed to coming back.
And the Fire Rod might be the worst or second worst farming weapon, because you only have a limited amount of shots, so you can't waste it.
Yeah, especially towards so at least earlier on, it's not going to be as too bad. As we saw, we saw those 2 earlier small magic pots, right, and the secret tunnel. Yeah. But yeah, later on, there's not going to be too much more magic that we can spend.
Yeah, there's one more, like once you go past the king's seat, or the back into the sewers or whatever it's called. There's 1 or 2 there. There's a drop for Bontos if he picks that up.
Okay, so that was a small magic.
There's, small magic. I think there could be a bomb in this pack. It depends on what's next.
Yeah, this might be the variety pack one, so there might be a bomb coming up, but so there is some hope. Otherwise, if we don't see any, there is another chance to going to get a secondary prize pack through the rats and the ropes.
Okay, so if it was the magic pack, there is there is bombs in this pack, but it's the 6th drop, which usually takes a lot of farming. So it goes magic, single rupee, heart, 5 arrows, small magic, 1 bomb.
Well, hope that we get some better drops from luck too. We haven't really.
So you're not gonna, you're not gonna fall. You're not gonna get to that 6th pack with the Fire Rod. So if you get like a sword or something, a hammer or something that can kill some ropes in the back, maybe you can get it, but unlikely.
Yeah, and in fact, actually, like, it's also kind of unfortunate just with the item places we've seen so far, right? Because we've got, we saw the small key, which is expected, but we also saw the map earlier on, so that's actually 1 fewer item we can potentially get before we have to go back and, walk past the bombable wall.
We should also mention this is game 3, so one of these.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One of these runners is going to the brackets after this game. The other one's gonna have to fight for their lives against Walther.
Yeah, of course, another unknown name, you know, in this group. This group is like so scary. I don't know, like how some of these groups are just completely unbalanced. Like, you know, like most of the time you would expect maybe, you know, 1 to 2, you know, kind of names that maybe, you know, you expect to maybe percolate up to the top, right? And like this group is like, you don't want to be anywhere near this group.
Yeah, for sure. It's too not American enough for me.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, Walter is in Sweden. Hitsu is in Germany. I think he is Dutch though, and Bonta, of course, is in France.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that these guys are all, you know, European, we have a very U.S. You know, friendly time for their match.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, all right, Bonta.
There you go.
Yeah, finding a permanent weapon that we don't need to, you know, spend magic on. This is perfect for farming, perfect quote unquote, because the hammer hitbox is super awesome, as we can see.
All right, so that's the prize pack 1. Double hearts was the first 2 packs, or the first 2 drops from that. So not going to get any bombs here today for escape, at least. If they farm a little bit more, they could get a single rupee.
Oh, that's going to be super useful on their way to potentially Kakariko.
Yeah. So not a big deal. When you know, it's one thing if you are in a pack that has bombs and you just weren't able to get it, you feel kind of bad. Like maybe my opponent got it and I didn't. But with what they had here, you can safely assume that your opponent is also going to have to come back for escape, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, we even saw Bonta gotten the single rupee drop, and he just, you know, unfortunately got sucked right through that door and couldn't even get it up.
So the pendant over at Desert with Eastern and Hera being crystals. Shout out to our tracker today, Link Force, for doing the tracking.
Yeah, thank you, Link Force. Makes our jobs a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah, I really appreciate all the trackers. All right, so not much divergence. Is Hitsu going to go check out Lumberjack? Do you like checking out Lumberjack early without the boots?
You know, in this tournament, I think it's actually paid off more so than it's than it saved people. But actually, it looks like Hitsu just decided to take an alternate route to Lost Woods.
Yeah, he made me a fool, that clown.
Yeah, actually, so for those of you who didn't end up catching Game 1, this was actually a very important knowledge piece that Bonta had, because he ended up checking Lumberjack without the boots and found the Kingdom of Samaria there. Hitsu, on the other hand, never checked that even after he got the boots, and was basically searching the rest of the world for that king.
So save and quit out of Lost Woods for Hitsu. He looks like he's probably going to go buy bombs. Oh no, he's just going to come from the south. He's going to guarantee... Since he has to go south anyways to grab those bombs from the shop, it makes more sense, I guess, to go to CAC from the south, get those 50-50 bomb drops.
Yeah, and potentially, you know, this could be, you know, a very small swing. You know, maybe the items are laid out in Kakariko such that, you know, it's actually going to be slightly more efficient in order to do south to front versus north to south. Right, this could be, you know, Hitsu trying to play against Bonta.
Man.
But the note
so far, 0 for 4. 0 for 4 on the 50-50 drops. All right, 1 for 6.
Ouch. I mean, ideally, we would like have a 1 bomb just in case, you know, race game has something good.
Yeah,
right? We can
you need at least 1 bomb because you don't want to have to come back to do race game coming from the south. So we're going to see race game, and then Bonta's going to give us a look at checkerboard, or excuse me, Chicken Hut. Nothing on the race game worth grabbing.
Yeah, of course, you know, these runners can basically take, you know, any % health, they could probably take down, you know, any amount of the game. But of course, this is hard item pool. We are going to be capped at 14 hearts. That heart container may or may not be actually pretty useful earlier on, especially if they go into Dark World early. But I think it's definitely not worth his time at this point.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
All right, so what's the well have for us?
Backup tavern didn't have anything.
Yeah. There's some bombs behind the bomb wall.
Great.
Bomb wall, always nice. Heart piece. The shovel and the flippers. So that's actually going to work out for Bonta because he's going to be able to route that shovel in when he checks the race game.
I mean, no real time loss, I think, for Hitsu. I mean, other than him failing, you know, his like over 6 bomb pulls from the bushes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know when he goes and checks that shovel now. As long as the shovel's nothing, it's not really a loss for Hitsu, but.
Yeah, so far though, nothing really exciting. Kakariko, we've got some like resources. Oh, never mind. We got our first sword. That's pretty exciting.
It's always and the mirror. It's nice when you get the flippers that you also get 2 300s.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have to worry about farming. Bonta's actually gonna skip out on the race game.
Yeah, looks like. I mean, so you know, some murders definitely like to save and quit out of the basement of Glenn's hut just because it takes so much time to actually get back out.
So one of the factors that played into that as well is Bonta got that mirror, so he can check that later when he's doing dig game and kind of in that area as well.
That is some forward thinking. Because you definitely know you're going to get to Dark World, and Stumpy is like a, you know, like, I would be very surprised if Runner didn't visit Stumpy, you know, for the seed.
Yeah, for sure. I remember I made the same play once in the qualifiers and skipped out on the race game because I think we had Dark World access or something in the in Kakariko. And so I skipped on the race game hoping to find the mirror and come back and check when I had the mirror.
Was the mirror on race game?
It wasn't on the race game, but I skipped out on a early flute. So that qualifier didn't go very well for me.
Well, you know what? The important part is you're here, right? Like, in groups, ready to get on track.
Did find our first bottle there at the dam, and we're gonna go check out Mini Mobile.
Yeah, and actually it looks like Hitsu is also opting to not go check the shovel. Bonta did actually, in fact, skip the race game check and library. We know that there's nothing there, but, you know, that might be something that he's going to go back to. Oh, this is going to be such a nice seed for them. Already, game is so playable with those boots in the cave.
Yeah, you get the boots and already have the sword, so you could literally dash through everything now.
Yeah, no, this is super convenient.
I remember when this game, like, again, this is super recency bias and just for every seed that I played, but I feel like I haven't played a seed with boots in the longest.
You're definitely not alone, PR. I mean, that is like, it's like PRNG at its worst, right? Because I honestly think that for a few of the seeds, it's like you get some early boots or something, where you get some like mid-game boots.
Yeah.
Every other game is like boots in GT, like boots MIA, like boots on Pendant Vitreous.
Yeah, I'm just more angry and jealous than anything. Come on, guys, let me get some of this boot action.
Yeah, we're already seeing Bonta actually storing his water rock. Yeah, I was gonna say this is going to be even more convenient because he's just going to be able to activate it here and then get it just dash around water. That's super really nice time in order to find those boots as well.
Yeah. So nothing in Ice Rock Cave. Gonna check out Hobo and then wrap that up all the way back to Zora.
Yeah, Bonta, of course, taking care to avoid the shallow water because you are going to lose your water walk at that point if you touch it.
Ooh,
okay.
Spicy.
That is a pretty nice and pretty important sequence broken bow that we just found under the bridge.
It's actually not sequence broken. We got the flips and.
Oh, you're right. Oh my gosh, dude. You're right. Absolutely correct.
Yeah. I understand the confusion though, because he was dashing on water, which is usually what you do when you set up that water walk. Oh, there's the ice rod on the island there.
We've got some really nice information already. So of course, so Bonta's gonna be really happy. He doesn't have to do another 50-some minute ice rod hunt like he did in game 1. We know exactly where it is this time. But of course, maybe us seeing that, right? We have the mirror, we have the flippers. You know, how much do you want to bet channel points wise that TR is going to be a pendant here?
I'd put a lot on there. So we got Bombos and the lamp coming out of the waterfall fairy. So
we have so much progression, actually. Yeah, in such a short time.
A lot of stuff. All right, nothing on the on Zora's ledge there, but we are going to get a look at what Zora has since they left Kakariko with all that money. There's the bow for Hitsu. Yeah, and imagine from here, I mean, there's not a lot of options anyways, but you're going to go over to Eastern. what a scam.
You couldn't actually get any less money than that.
So yeah, you get Saha's checks, gives you those 3 checks, and then you get the 3 checks that are fully in logic in Easter as well.
Yeah.
And a crystal.
Yeah, so it at least seems pretty linear so far. I mean, I guess, yeah, even, what do we even have left in logic? We don't have a glove, so we can't go up the mountain.
Agina's cave, I think. Yeah. You're not going to make the 1 check over the 6 for sure, especially when one's a crystal. Some bombs, $20, and
oh my gosh! Well, we found both green rupees, I guess.
Nice.
That's the thing.
Is there 2 in the pool? Is that
yes, there are exactly 2, and in fact, that's actually one of the reasons why there's only the single arrow is the only unique item. That's like total garbage.
Nice.
Alright, Hitsu, of course, just, very slightly behind Bonta, and part of the reason for this very small amount of time discrepancy is Hitsu checked race game and library, and spent a little bit extra time farming.
Yeah, nothing insignificant, nothing that can't be made up. And again, the seed is super linear so far. I don't even really have any options on where to go. Still need 2 pieces for Dark World access.
Yeah, I'm
which actually we might just see a Master Sword or something here. This might be an Ego Seed.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's an actually excellent point. We're actually very low on logically accessible checks, right? We have the 3 that we saw, which was total, which was not useless that we're seeing on Hitsu's side. We have 3 more here because we saw the map in the first chest, and then we have Agina. We're missing 2 pieces for Dark World. Though, that's
there we go.
Yeah,
we on life support now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so we still need a pearl, and we still need another piece. That could be our glove. That could be.
Well, with that boots, we haven't checked. I forgot about this.
Oh, you're right.
We haven't checked bonk rocks, and they also haven't seen the back of escape. So there's 3 checks back there as well.
Yeah, that's
with
right.
that mirror and the glove and the lamp, we've got Death Mountain access, and then the hammer gets us over to East Death Mountain. So a lot of checks.
Yeah.
That glove opened up a lot for us.
Alright, so we did also see the big key in Eastern Palace. So we do know that there is an item in the vanilla big key chest location, but of course Armos himself is now in logic with that.
Is he going to make this 50-50 gamble? He is.
Oh, love it. Wow. All right.
The early 50-50 gamble. I imagine Hitsu's might do the same thing.
Oh, that bow. I don't know. That arrow just shot right through that green Igor and hit the Popo. Bonta did a really nice recovery though.
What do you think? Is the last item going to be on Armos Nights? Is Bonta going to get rewarded?
Oh man, it was only very recently that I saw somebody skip that big key chest early on and totally got. It was a very unfortunate skip for them. I'm hoping this time it is for both these winners' sake. Because I guess I don't know if I'm surprised or not to see Bonta skip this. I would certainly not be surprised if Hitsu decided to skip it as well.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that surprised that Bonta skipped it. I mean, with as much as he has open now,
yeah,
he's having a hard time with these Igors, which is not something I expect from Bonta.
Yeah, I also don't know how risky, Bonta, I would say, normally is, but, this is, as you mentioned, Game 3, a lot of things are on the line, right? These runners want to make it brackets, with this one game, they don't want to go face Walter for another 2 games. Fortunately, yeah.
The last item is in the big key chest. Good for Bonta's sake, Hitsu is making the same call, so not going to hurt either of our runners here. If it is something important, though, it's going to be the last item that both of these runners check.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be hilarious if it was the Moon Throw, though. They're forced back here.
And you know that they're going to feel pretty terrible, right? Because, they don't know if the other guy, their opponent has ended up skipping this as well. We know that, of course.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Hitsu looks like he's having, unfortunately,
some
trouble as well.
I thought these were Titans. Come on, guys.
Alright, so of course so we never got a lumberjack check from either of these runners. I imagine this is what it's going to be pretty standard for Bonta, do bonk rocks, check lumberjack, and then go up the mountain.
Yeah, surprisingly, Bonta didn't check the back of escape yet either.
Oh yeah, that's also a good point. I hope we didn't forget. This is something that I think can end up getting runners, right? Because they kind of assume that, oh, we've done standard. Of course, I checked the back of escape.
All right, what is on Lumberjack today? It is.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
Okay, we're gonna go defeat Aga at some point relatively soon. We actually don't have full access. We do need another sword. Or we need a cape.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I certainly hope the Hitsu checks this soon. But I imagine, you know, because this is actually a pretty linear seed so far, probably do the same thing.
Yeah, let's see if Hitsu remembers he hasn't done the back of escape, and he does.
He does. So I imagine this is going to be pretty, like, check the back, save and quit, and then to do what Bonta did. Bonk rocks, plus Lumberjack, and then come out.
Mm-hmm. Well, now we know why they got those early boots. Oh, there's the book.
Oh, man. Okay, so first, Bonta, please be careful up here. Death Mountain is not friendly, especially on low health. But actually, this is going to be an up for Hitsu, because when he comes up the mountain, right, with that book, he's going to be able to check Ether Tablet. Yeah,
that's true. I imagine he checks out Lumberjack from here. We would have lost all those channel points because we got Pendant Mire and Pendant Swamp. It looked like 5-6 being Peacetown and Ice Palace. Is that correct?
I only saw the pendants, unfortunately. But luckily, I think our Eagle, Link Force is going to be totally on top of this.
Yeah. All right, so Hitsu is going to check out Lumberjack, and we'll get that Pearl information.
I hope he saw it on the screen, because I don't think I saw it on the screen.
I'm gonna guess he saw it. Alright, so do you have to go to the basement of Hera with no hook shot? Big key is required. They could come back in hopes that they get the hook shot possibly in East Death Mountain, but at this point, just might as well do it.
Yeah, and you know, this also might be another point of divergence depending on how Hitsu wants to, you know, deal with the mountain. Like, I know that some runners like to go do Spiral Cave first, and then come back. And for Hera, you know, just for the cave, you know, on the chance that you find hookshot later, so you don't have to, you know, potentially go through the basement.
Yeah, there's a possibility that the second item isn't in the big chest too, so you come back with the hookshot.
Yeah, and we already saw one item. Bonta does not want a death warp here early. It looks like it's going to be safe. But also at the same time, though, you know, Bonta is, you know, just wants to be, you know, he's already taken one gamble in Eastern Palace, right? Maybe he just wants to make sure that he clears out Hera.
Yeah. Let's hope he does pick up another heart just for
just for us.
Yeah, for my hearing. This is a long time with those beeps, man.
Well, so he's not flipping the switch. So this
there's a heart piece right here.
Yeah,
and, he gets one from the bowl bomb too.
Yeah, well, he certainly needs one bomb to make the bomb jump.
Yeah. The second item is going to be on Moldum. So, did you see the tablet?
Oh, you know, oh my gosh, no! I was too busy watching Bonta, hoping someone in the chat can see it.
It was a green 20.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Well, it was a male upgrade, so. And there's no male upgrades in hard mode, so it's going to be a green 20 for nobody, because nobody's going to pick that up.
Yeah, certainly, given that we already have basically 2 300s, you know, these runners are not strapped for cash. Did you see Hitsu taking the alternate approach, going through Spiral Cave first, hoping he's gonna pick up something better?
Man, this is scary.
Wow.
That was scary because one hit at green mail will kill you. But Bonta's showing off those skills, gets that other the item just being 20 rupees. So Hitsu might be able to save some time if he can find the hook shot here, and or maybe do Hera later when he does have the hook shot. Or if he, I mean, it's possible that the hook shot is in GT at this point too, with Swamp being a pendant.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I'm certainly hoping that. Well, I know that Hitsu is definitely hoping that he's found the hook shot sooner rather than later. You know, with early boots, Bonta, you know, is known for being able to, you know, have some pretty good boot strats that Hitsu does not want to attempt the same.
You know what I realized? We also haven't checked Sick Kids. Got that model pretty late, so that's available. Looking for the other sword. Where's it going to be? It's going to be in here, right?
I was gonna say, Bonta actually having some pretty good luck dashing through Spiral Cave with those Baris, but not anymore.
Too soon. All right, 5 checks. Looking for. Oh, there's the cape.
Yeah, there's
Ooh,
Oh,
the hook shot.
Wow. All right, so this delaying Hera is going to really pay off for Hitsu. Assuming he does Hera plot, he is going to reward well, because we did see that Bonta pick up, I think, the map or something out of the big chest.
Yeah. The second, so the 2 items were on the main floor was the small, or the baby shield, and then the second item was 20 rupees on Moldorm. So I can't imagine Hitsu not Hera potting when he goes up to Hera. This is gonna work out for him pretty well. Now they get to do Master Sword, or excuse me, Fighter Sword, Aga Tower. Fortunately, they have Fire Rod and Bow, so it could be a lot worse. But
yeah, and unfortunately, this is you know, for those NMG runners, this type of loadout is not going to be very conducive for muscle memory. Normally, you come here, you do have the boots and probably around this amount of health, but yeah, you're on Fighter Sword instead of Master Sword. It's not a good time.
I wonder if Master Sword is just sitting over there in Eastern.
Oh my gosh, Fear, that would be so mean.
I mean,
maybe it's deserved for these runners, but I mean, still, like that would be so cool.
Because most of the time you do these Aga Seeds, you get Cape and Master Sword. It's not always, but it feels like a lot of times you get both.
Yeah, or you know, maybe a sword is on Akina, maybe a sword is on Sick Kid, right? You know, these are just going to be locations that they're not definitely going to touch at this point. Oh, maybe Sick Kid. I mean, they'll eventually go back to Village of Outcast, right? And then they have the mirror, so they can check that pretty quickly.
Yeah, so you'll be able to finish off Aga here, and then check what's on the pyramid mirror, and go pick up that Moon Pearl. And then you've got a lot of different options because you have full Dark World access from there.
Yeah, of course, you know, one of the really nice parts about having the hammer early is that you actually get access to not only that portal after beating Aga, but you also get like all of the Dark World portals, right? Not just like the one near Village of Outcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually at this point they have so many dungeons that are open to them, you know, that are crystal dungeons, right? They, you know, they can clear Pod, they can clear Skull Woods, they can clear Thieves Town. They need myths to clear Ice Palace, or at least to get in. And they know, well, okay, for sure Bonta knows. I assume Hitsu also knows.
Yeah, Hitsu saw it.
Okay.
Is this Myth's Go mode?
Wow.
Possibly?
Maybe, yeah, because we don't know the medallion entry into Eternal Rock, but they already have bombos, so they've already got something. But yeah, this could be pretty fast.
So myths are going to be Vanilla and Swamp, right? Pendant Swamp.
And Pendant. Yeah, Vanilla and Rando, that's right.
They're going to clear all these crystals for basically no value because they have pretty much everything.
Bonta unfortunately having a little trouble here with Circle of Plots. I mean, this is, yeah, Butter Sword is just you just can't do enough damage to these guys.
Yeah, Guard didn't go in the right direction that he wanted at least.
Yeah, so okay, so I think Hitsu was already started his Aga fight. Did he get a blue ball at all?
I think maybe one. It's hard to watch two screens at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, so we're gonna at least kind of get some confirmation on Bonta's side. So Aghanim and Ganon are fixed. It is random how many blue balls they end up getting, but it is fixed between two runners to see at least one on Hitsu's side. But it looks relatively fast. So
I think it was only one, possibly two. I think it was only one. With that, how fast that was. All right, just $20 there on the pyramid. Don't need that. Unfortunately for... Oh, okay, he's going to save and quit. I thought he might just dash away from here, but I was going to say that's not going to work out. With where he needed, but this will be fine. So Hit's going to pick up his Moon Pearl now. Be interesting to see where he goes. If you're in these runner shoes, Claymouse, are you more interested to do Hype Cave to Pod? Maybe just start at Pod, Thieves Town, Skullwoods? What are you thinking?
Oh man, so the fact that I'm like right here, like picking up the Moon Pearl, like I would be content to just do Skullwoods and Village of Outcasts. But of course, this is assuming that you're actually capable of taking down Mothula. This equipment isn't super comfortable. Actually, so game 2, Bonta actually demonstrated why he is, in fact, Titan of this game. He ended up doing actually completely Fighter's Own Moth. And ended up taking actually no damage at all as well. Hitsu actually decided to delay Moth and come back with better equipment, but I know that he's capable of these type of low percent fights. Yeah.
Right.
So we see that Bonta here is actually doing what you probably thought of earlier, just dash right out.
Yeah. Seems like it might be a little bit quicker. I'm not sure. Hitsu is going to check Hype Cave. It's our quickest 5 checks, so it makes sense. And then Bonta, man, on 1 heart. This
again.
Get this guy some hearts.
Right, maybe we'll find some here in Hype Cave.
10 arrows, $50, 20 rupees, and bombs. Nada.
Nothing. I am glad to see, Hitsu actually doing Hype Cave before his other checks. He has been, it's certainly not unheard of to never touch Hype Cave until after some kind of dungeons.
Sure. All right, so we're going to get information nice and fast because Hitsu is going to head over to Pod after picking up his ice rod. He remembers, hey, there's an ice rod over here. And Bonta going to head into the West Dark World, so probably going to see Skullwoods.
I also hope that Bonta remembers the Back of Escape because he still hasn't visited that yet.
Yeah.
Also, expertly dodging the heart piece, sitting on the mushroom spot. I guess he wants to get into
this is a route. This is an interesting.
I am surprised.
Interesting route.
Oh wow, we actually see Hitsu stopping by a ferry. I mean, I have almost not seen anyone almost use that. Yeah.
What is that? I'm gonna have to give him some grief for that later. You see Bonta navigating the entire game with 1 heart.
I know, right?
Hitsu going to the ferry with 3.5. Come on, Hitsu.
Yeah, of all the runners, you would kind of expect somebody in Bonta's situation to go stop by ferries.
All right.
Bonta, I mean, he's got moves, right? This Moogle can fit through anything and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I would have taken a Death Warp by now, especially right there. I feel like just dropping the hole.
Bonta has no fear. No fear.
Yeah, apparently not.
Alright, so, that's right. Bonta picked up the Cave of Samaria from Hype Cave. Or no, sorry, Paradox Cave, the actual real Hype Cave, yes. Makes the statue room much easier, getting the vanilla Vicky chest, just a small key.
Hitsu gets a small key out of Shooter Room and Pod at the same time.
Yeah, so not bow locked. It's going to make routing a little bit nicer, hopefully. We are going to expect 4 small keys at least in the front. I guess the dream potentially is to get all 6 small keys, maybe.
I don't know. Is that the dream?
I don't know, man. It's not my dream, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Bonta, he's saving his Death Warp for maybe this time? Oh, he had to pick up a
Just
heart.
pick up a heart there.
Although he does have a mirror, so I don't know. Alright, he's gonna take his death
He is
orb.
gonna take the death orb, yeah.
Alright, so with you know, he probably doesn't want to face Moth on 2 hearts at this point, right?
If he had Temper Sword, maybe it wouldn't be a big deal, but with Fighter Sword and just the hammer, then yeah, you don't want to do that.
This is going to be pretty aggressive. So Bonta does have the key. Oh, wow. Okay, Bonta. And he does have a bottle with a green potion in it, so he does have a bit of safety, right? Whether he's going to use it for the fire rod versus the cape. But this is, you know, 4 heart Moth going in is pretty dicey.
All right, the unfortunate thing about the way Hitsu's routed this, and it's not because of his routing, but because of the nature of the keys, is he got 4 keys, but hasn't done the big key chest. So it's possible that there's an item there, but it could also still just be another key. So that's why you see him checking, making this check here right now.
Wow,
great
Bonta,
fight from
yeah,
Bonta.
that is really impressive. You can tell that Bonta, you know, is just really experienced, but also like very resourceful. Right, this shows his skill as a random player. Like you definitely wouldn't have to do this, you know, as an NMG runner. Bonta, obviously.
Yeah, for
very
sure.
Good.
Yeah, Moth cooperated by staying low, and that makes the hammer hitbox a bit easier to work with. Not to take away anything from what Bonta just did, because that's not easy at all.
Oh yeah, and the fact that he took 0 damage in this fight, I mean, it's like, even if Moth cooperates, I mean, it's very, very rare for this to happen. Hitsu looking like he wants to line up for Hammer Yop. Trying to align himself on the right pixel. We see him, you know, doing some menu buffers in order to get on. And is rewarded with another 300.
I think that's item number 1. The big key was vanilla.
Was it really?
Yeah. Oh, there's the flute.
That is a good item number 2, if that's the case.
Yeah, it's going to work out as well, so he's going to be able to activate that when he goes back to Village of Outcast.
Oh, yeah,
whereas Bonta's going to have to come back, make another trip to Kakariko. Not a huge loss, but definitely something.
Looks like Bonta's still searching for items. We saw money, I think? Something like that?
I think the heart piece, there was a heart piece on Moth, and it looks like the last item's going to be here in the big chest.
That was a nice bomb jump as well. Alright. Finally get a heart container on Bonta's side. Bonta's like, no, I don't want any more health. I like my heart beeps.
Oh, there's the mitts for Hitsu.
What a loaded pod. I mean,
so okay, so if you're Hitsu at this point, do you go and see if you're in go mode?
Oh, dude, no, you're totally right? Because we were just talking about potential mitts go mode. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, like, did he get all the items out of pod?
I believe so. I think the last item is going to be either the map or the compass on Helma. I mean, he still does need a sword. Probably that sword they left in
yeah, in Easter.
Eastern Palace. That's just wishful thinking. It's probably just the 20 rupees or something.
I mean, there's probably a sword like along the way, right? He's just got like 6 more dungeons that he's gonna be able to clear. But oh yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, there's still GT and TR. There's still a lot of spots for the other 3 swords, but
I think if I were Hitsu, I would probably I would finish pod. I would activate my flute, and then I would just go up around and see if Bombos is the medallion. If it is, then I'm golden. Yeah,
because then you can just pretty much skip the rest of the overworld and just clear out the dungeons.
Yeah.
Because with like Thieves Town and Skullwoods, Thieves Town, you pretty much got to open everything anyways. And with Samaria and Ice Palace, you can do an icebreaker. You get everything is along the way, except for Ice Tea Room, which you could probably skip. So you're going to be opening pretty much everything in those dungeons anyways. TR, you pretty much got to open up everything, unless you get like a God TR, which is not always the case, but
yeah, I think probably the biggest thing you could skip is Mimic Cave, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so Bonta unfortunately did not have good enemy placement, so he couldn't actually end up dashing to the hallway, but he remained on really nice recovery at the end. Alright, Hitsu on to his Helma fight. He looks like he's not going to opt to the spin speed version. Instead of just kind of holding out his sword and to try to extend that hammer hitbox ever so slightly. Needs to be careful though.
Yeah, pulling out the bow, just finish it off. Should be make it nice and easy.
Yeah, and even so, like for an NMG run, coming here, you know, on the normal like Master Sword and like 6 or 7 parts is already pretty, you know, under equipped, and like here though it's even worse, right? We're on Fighter Sword at this point.
All right, so Hitsu's probably going to go activate that flute. I imagine that's his next destination. We'll see where he wants to go from there. I think getting the Turtle Rock information would probably be my go-to, but again, we'll see.
And you know, and of course you can also, you know, take also. So you mentioned, right, that you know, clearing like what Bonta basically has done, right? Like at least Thieves Town doesn't really require it's not that much different in Go mode, right? So maybe he's going to do that on the insurance, right, case that maybe he finds another medallion, and then he'll feel much better if he has 2 in the first one.
Interesting. Hitsu's actually going to go into the Dark World.
Oh, maybe he wants to do Thieves Town and like do his portal, like close by. After
that's possible as well. Yeah. And with the flute in the midst, making travel's going to be so much easier for Hitsu. So he can do Village of Outcasts, do Thieves Town, you know, possibly get another medallion or another sword. Then head a mirror in front of Thieves Town, activate his flute, and go wherever he wants to go.
Alright, so he's gonna at least clear up Thieves Town, so this will be pretty nice for him. You know, as you said, we have we're basically going to check everything anyway. It looks like we didn't find anything of value, but it's not going to be really any time loss on his side. But nice.
Yeah, there's not really a go mode Thieves Town in Randomizer, at least.
Alright, so it looks like at least Bonta's going to kind of retrace some of Hitsu's steps earlier and do Village of Outcasts, and I imagine we're going to see a Mirror to 6 Kid at some point soon.
Oh, right. We still haven't checked Sick Kid, yeah.
Bonta hasn't checked the back of his cape. At least, well, so I guess if he never checks it, it might be okay, right? Because we already saw one of the book entry tablets, which was just an armor upgrade that we're never going to be able to see or get this game.
Yeah.
So I guess the only real case we need that book is it's going to block from the medallion. The only medallion that we need for Turtle Rock.
Right. I think at this point it's just forgotten more than anything.
Actually, I think it was like Hitsu versus Walther. They also didn't get at the back of Escape early, and I think Walther left his mirror in the back of Escape, which was a bit more important, and Hitsu were pretty early.
Hitsu getting the God Pixel there. That was nice.
That's nice. Yeah. Maybe, you know, at least some luck is going his way after he went over 6 for the bomb pulls. Oh, right. I forgot. The
classic 42-minute race game check.
That's right. Bonta has not checked race game or library. Well, at least he's being efficient.
So we're looking for sword, and we're possibly another medallion.
And of course, ideally, these runners would like to find a 3rd sword, but of course, you know, given all the production items we have so far, it's very likely that they're going to be on Master Sword, you know, at least through the Ganon fight. I think game 1, they both had Tempered Sword for Ganon. Game 2, I believe, was only Master Sword. You know, of course, these runners have both shown that they're very capable of doing Master Sword Silver as Ganon. It's not particularly, I would say, a fun fight. It's more of like endurance and tedium.
Yeah, most of the runners in the tournament can do Master Sword Ganon. It's just, do you enjoy it? And I would say most would say no.
Yeah.
I'm included there. I do not enjoy doing Master Sword Ganon.
We did see Bonta actually practicing a little bit before this race on his Master Sword Ganon, using some more of his strats. So if it comes to it, at least Bonta's got some practice. We do see that shovel.
Oh, wow. The shovel that we got in Kakariko.
That's right, yeah. That we
40 minutes ago. Yeah, or 30 minutes ago.
Now, of course, without myths, Bonta can't end up doing Smith Chain, can't actually end up saving the dwarf. Probably no loss, unless, of course, that Smith has a medallion that we need.
So Bonta gonna get his mitts shortly. He's gonna do Hype Cave. Gonna get his Ice Rod as long as he remembers, and then head over to Pod and get his flute and mitts too. So.
Bonta's getting all of the chest turns. I don't think I've seen Hitsu get a single one. So I'm curious now to see how much overworld Hitsu ends up deciding to do before he goes up the mountain.
Yeah, me too. I just want this information. Alright, so there's the Ice Rod for Bonta. And he is making his way over to Pod now. He doesn't really have a lot of... Kind of like when they went to Eastern, there's not a whole lot of options right now anyways. Pod is the best option. Just basically clearing dungeons and everything along the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, Bonta's route has been actually very, very efficient, right? Just kind of happens to be that, the items were placed in such a way that it would have been better to visit Pod first, right? Unfortunately, Bonta trying to get some hook speed off of the stairs coming out of the water, but that bomber was just not cooperating. I almost thought that Bonta was trying to get heartbeat back again.
So Hitsu at least clearing out Village of Outcasts, and now heading up to Skullwoods. So gonna do the Skullwoods fight. Let's see how much of Skullwoods he's gonna want to clear out, because it's gonna get one item on Moth.
Oh yeah, that's right. And is he gonna check the pedestal? Maybe. He does have the book. It's pretty low odds, but you do have at least boosts in order to run over there. I don't know though. Like it can still be a time. Like he can also just save that time though, but like not checking that.
I mean, pedestal could be the medallion.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. Yeah.
I think you check. Yeah, I think he just kills Moth. Maybe checks the item under the bridge. Mirrors, checks Ped, and then heads up to the mountain. That would be my guess for this route here.
Yeah, and certainly, like Skull Woods and Lost Woods are a pretty isolated part of the world, right? It's not like you're gonna dash out at this point to anything else. So.
And actually, he might just do Ice Palace before that, and then head up and do one more mountain trip. At least hope for just one more mountain trip.
Oh, I see. So then, would you just gamble Ice Tea Room if it's not
totally
out?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, some nice mimics on Bonta's side.
So Bonta can get his bow-locked keys, and then gonna have to go get his big key from the vanilla spot.
Alright, so of course, Hitsu's coming into Skull Woods 10 minutes or something after Bonta. Unfortunately, not really much of a difference. He does a little bit of health, which is always nice to see. But still, yeah, we're still looking for that sword.
So he picked up another key there that he doesn't need. I don't know why he did that.
Oh, Bonta. Bonta does not have good luck with bombs. Or health, I guess, for that matter. Maybe at this point he's just intentional.
And you see Moth heading back up for Hitsu. That's, a little bit of the difference in that fight. Still really clean, though.
Yeah, Hitsu just took damage in order to get rid of his sword beam so he could damage Moth better.
So So he switched. Is he going to get mirror here? That's the question. How thorough does Hitsu want to be? I mean, I've raced against Hitsu a lot. And if he goes back into the front of Skolwitz, I'll tell you, I'm going to be very surprised.
I would also be fairly surprised. Like, Hitsu is very... Well, he seems very comfortable being able to just skip locations.
Yeah. Alright, so he's going to pick up some powder here. Or, yeah, a potion here. This tells me Ice Palace.
Yeah, no, this is a good point. Yeah, in fact, we've only found one bottle so far, right? Did he check Sakia?
Yeah.
When he was in the area? He did, right? Yeah, and...
yeah, he mirrored and checked it good. So.
Okay.
So there's the mix for Bonta.
Yeah, so he is still looking for flute, maybe? Actually, well, we don't need flute, right? It's just kind of like a nice
technically, yeah. Unless there's something over in the Mire area, we don't need flute, but he might not even activate with flute at this point.
Alright, so this is going to be Death Warping for Bonta.
I would think so. I mean, I would imagine Death Warping, but it's Bonta, so I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, Hitsu, I guess I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but these Pen Gators...
he just missed, yeah. Alright, does do the Death Warp. Hitsu getting a small key in the first chest of the Ice Palace there. And he's going to hit the switch. That just tells me that he's not full clearing this dungeon. He'll open all the chests along the way, but he's not going to go out of his way for iced tea.
Alright, so this is actually pretty smart of Bonta. He knows when to Death Warp, basically to keep health. You know, he just likes being entertained with heartbeats. Actually does have...
Yeah.
Well, he has magic in order to activate the cage, which is a bit different than what Hitsu had. I think he ended up running out of magic. Not even enough to activate Kina Samaria. So Bonta, despite even, you know, hitting the block 3 times, is going to save a little time on Hitsu. Have we seen anything good outside of in Ice Palace so far?
No, so far just a small key and a map.
Useful, of course.
Yeah. Alright, so gonna check out the atrium here. That's our first item, just a heart piece.
Probably not unwelcome, you know, like Ice Palace and Cold Stare as being on what, 8 hearts or something is not comfortable. Oh man.
There's the compass.
Dang turtles, not jeez. Okay, that hammer hitbox is like totally wonky. We saw, you know, lots of hammer hits that you think would land and they just don't.
Yeah. All right, so got all the dungeon items. There's still one more key. There's the big key. Green 20. And yeah, so the last item's either going to be on Cold Stare or an iced tea. So if it's Cold Stare, then just save a bunch of time. Almost sort of fight for Bonta here.
Yeah, it looks like Bonta is going to try and use the hammer.
Did he do spin speed, or is he just
I actually did not notice, but I mean, like that, he did also look pretty close.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts.
Alright, Hitsu onto Cold Stare fight. Managed to get actually good spins though in order to keep the puffs in the corner for a bit of time. He's using bombos early in order to try and save some of his fire rod shots here. Hammer, Cold Stare is not pleasant.
Yeah, and not even gonna attempt to do hammer. Just blow that blue potion and fire rod them away.
Yeah, and you know we saw the seed absolutely flush with cash. No money troubles. No reason to save it. We do see our third item on Cold Stare. This could be quite nice.
So got all 3 items out of Ice Palace, and that's what we're talking about. Where you're gonna open most of those chests anyways. There's no like. I mean, he could go mode it, but there's no reason to.
Bonta making the mountain play. He is going to see immediately if he's going to be in go mode.
Yeah,
oh gosh,
almost the exact same time as Hitsu. The only difference now is if they are in go mode, Hitsu not gonna have to make another climb.
Bonta was expecting that dead rock to like not be hit. Oh, that's right. And he's like, oh yeah, that's right. I have mitts. Let me go check this way.
Yeah, so, this allows him to check those chests on the way up to Turtle Rock.
Yes, of course. One of the also major differences is we did see Hitsu just finish Ice Palace. Bonta does have Hera over Hitsu, but you know, go mode Hera, especially with Hera Pod, is going to be lightning fast for Hitsu.
Yeah. All right, Super Bunny Cave gives us 10 arrows. 10 more arrows.
And, all right, so that wasn't very useful. So I think maybe for Bonta's case, then, like, we want this to not be Bonta's. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're still looking for a sword. It all depends on.
Oh, that is true.
Sword is. Hookshot Cave not giving us much so far. Some more health, which isn't the worst thing as you try to finish off the seed, but no real value. I
mean, what a terrible Hookshot Cave.
All right, moment of truth.
Moment of truth. It is Bombos. All right. Okay, so I guess this is going to be minus sword go mode for Hitsu. I mean, so we did say that go mode Turtle Rock is not going to be any different, or much different than rock go mode. I will be curious to see if runners end up checking Mimic Cave. Probably, because they're right there.
Gosh, I don't know. It's tough because you got 5 items here in Turtle Rock, and then you've got a bunch of items in GT.
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, they both skipped Eastern Big Key chest, so I don't know. Asking me to predict if they're going to do Mimic Cave or not is super hard because
that's true.
I cannot tell you.
Yeah, and of course, you know, this is like this is, you know, 1v1 race, right? Like Hitsu is trying to, you know, like game or metagame against Bonta and vice versa, right? It's like they may or may not do what they would normally do, especially, you know, also maybe the context of like a bigger race too. You're trying to out convention Hitsu, right? Or I don't know.
All right, first item in Turtle Rock is a heart container and puts Bonta up to 11 now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same for Hitsu. Yeah, you know, if for those of you who are fans of Bonta's heartbeats, like there is no better place to potentially get them back again than Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm. Two small keys, which means could be pretty much anything in the Chomp's chest.
You do see some nice quick swapping action. Yeah.
I kind of, if I'm in this spot, I don't want it to be the big key, because I kind of want to check the vanilla. I want the big key to be vanilla. That way I can check everything. If it's a big key, do you check lava chest?
Maybe. Well, that was a nice maneuver on Bonta's side. Some reaction against the Chomps. Chomps are not friendly whatsoever. But you know, this is actually a good question for you, because like they've already gambled so much. I don't know. Like, do you just keep pressing your luck, right? Because you know that potentially like Hitsu also just, you know, could have also just followed a very similar route, and you basically need that time.
So they don't have to make the choice because the big key is vanilla here, with the second item being a heart container. 2 heart containers, or for 2 of the 5 items here in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, let's see, Hitsu, have you take a little bit more time here in the Chomp's room. Oh my gosh. Okay. Chomps do 4 hearts of damage, by the way. Oh, that was Sync Heart. How about that? We did not notice that on Bonta's side.
Alright, so there's the vanilla big key. With the vanilla big key and still looking for Master Sword, you have to do the big chest. The question is, are they going to take the time to mirror and do Mimic Cave? And I feel like the answer is yes, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if either one of them skipped it. So
looks like Bot is going out.
Yeah, you have to do the big chest regardless.
Oh, right.
It's just
right,
whether you're going to mirror or not. Yeah. Mirror is out, and he is going to check it.
Alright, let's see. So Hitsu's going to come up on his big chest relatively soon. He's going to face a similar decision. Unfortunately, Mimic Cave not worth its while today.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing these runners need is more money.
Yeah. Alright, big chest is a key, so that is probably required. Alright, is fully required, yeah.
two for two. Alright, so no time loss, of course, for either of these guys because they're both going to have to do Mimic Cave. Oh no. Unfortunate game placement for Bonta.
Item number 3 is the bug net, so only 2 more items here in Tartar Rock. That was interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I don't think I've seen that. But apparently, yes. Like, I think actually Bonta or Hitsu like found that out like very recently. You actually end up saving like 15 or 20 frames or something like that if you end up hooking out early from that conveyor belt.
Wow.
All right. What does Laser Bridge have for us?
That's item number 4.
Money.
That's item number 5.
Wow. All right, so I think we had like 2 heart containers and like a bunch of money.
Bonta not paying attention fully on how many items he's picked up because that was the map and the compass will be on Trinex here. But when you're in the middle of a race, it's hard to keep track of all of that. So I'm not gonna blame him for that.
Yeah, no, and Bonta like the maneuvers that he made on that laser bridge, like I don't know how he didn't get hit.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay,
so with fighter stored,
yeah, everyone's favorite fight here on Trinex is Hammer Trinex.
Yeah.
I actually have seen Bonta do backdoor strats with the Hammer. Actually, I think both races he does this. Yeah, he's very good.
It's bold.
Bonta taking his time to make sure that he has enough magic. He's going to try and use the hammer as much as he can. Very well done, yeah, by Bonta. Like, it's hard enough to do hammer Trinex, like as is. Like the fact that he's even doing backdoor, it's impressive.
It's almost showing off.
It's almost as if they played this game and like are Titans or something.
Yeah.
Alright, so unfortunately, the hammer does do 10% damage, but we can't spin with the hammer, so we can't, get the nice quick phase 2 kill, but Bonta, maneuvering Trinex phase 2 very, very well. Takes him down, lickety split.
Alright, Hitsu's about to get his 7th crystal and head in. Oh no, actually he's got Hera still left to do.
Yeah, whether or not he remembers that he still has Hera left to do, he's going to be reminded that GT is not going to open for him.
So Bonta gonna have save and quit since he didn't activate that flute, which again makes sense from his standpoint. Gonna head over to Ice Palace. He'll probably do the exact same thing that Hitsu did, clear out what he can, skipping Ice Tea Room. And then we'll make his way back up. It has to do an extra mountain climb. After, again, another save and quit. So definitely losing time here.
Yeah, it's like something like a minute or something like that going up the mountain, and then whatever I guess time difference is going to be between Go Mode Hera with Hera Pot and well I don't as you said, it's probably not Go Mode Ice Palace, right? Because you know they are still down a sword. Bonta, for all he knows, is gonna find a sword here.
Yeah, he's gonna open up all the same chests that Hitsu did.
Yeah, Hitsu, man, demonstrating that with Fighter Sword, the Lionels will not stop for you at all.
Nope. So there's the mirror into Hera, and he'll probably do the 2 checks here. He'll see the small key in the basement. Skip that. Nope, not even checking that. Oh, he already did Hera. He dipped Hera, so yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I am surprised he let the mini modem live for such a long time.
Not doing spin speed. A little disappointed, but gets the bomb set up.
Yeah, I think that's actually, I think that's Hitsu's like normal way of doing Hero Pot. I don't know if I've ever seen him do spin speed.
Yeah, I don't think he has. We're actually gonna start the big key guessing game now because it's gonna be super quick. So. Oh
yeah, that's right. He's already on. He's already on Moldorm. So yeah, as we see numbers flying in chat, take your guesses in for where you think the GT big key is in Ganon's Tower. We're gonna go on Hitsu's side because he is going to enter GT pretty much right after this. It is actually between 1 and 22. Where do you think that location is? We're probably gonna start with the
Hope Room. I think he actually does DM strats, so he's probably gonna hit left.
Well, I mean, so they are I mean, like he is still looking for a sword. Is that you think that's gonna change things?
I don't know.
Right. We should know better than to try and predict what Hitsu's gonna do.
All right, so I think it's gonna be early, which is gonna be unfortunate for them because they're gonna open up everything anyways. So.
That being said, they've skipped so much stuff, right? Actually, so we have not touched any pendant dungeons. Like, you know, I would not be surprised if, of course, this sword is in GT. There are 27 basically locations that has a sword available to them. You know, before they probably leave, maybe 26. I don't know. They'll check the GT big key depending. But
check number 1, bombs. Check number 2, a key is gonna head. Make a liar out of me. Do Hope Room. Just the regular strats. Hope Room, right? Key.
Yeah. All right. So we did find a small key. Not doing Tile Room first.
No.
So
Yeah. And I didn't see how much of Ice Palace Bonta opened. So.
I think it was the same stuff that
that makes sense.
No, Hitsu having some trouble here in the room
for
the compass. He is just missing like the Samaria block shots.
Tick, 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 tick. This has been a really long room.
This is all time given back to Bonta in order to get up the mountain. Wow.
Basically used all of his magic there and all of his hearts.
Alright, so what check are we on now? 3?
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. No big key, no sword.
Yep. So he's gonna steal this key just in case. All right. You know, after all that, Bonta here is ready to head up the mountain, or he's already heading up the mountain.
Yeah, just about probably 2 minutes behind or so, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think I've seen Bonta go right side as well, so I imagine he's gonna follow, you know, his path. However, we are down a sword, so you know, maybe we will go differently.
Alright, that was number 7. Number 8's a key. Number 9 is $50. 10 some bombs.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is there's so much that we haven't seen that swords could literally be anywhere.
Yeah. You know, and probably at this point, Bonta's probably forgotten about back escape. I think I'm just gonna
totally
call
it.
Yeah,
if he didn't do it after he got the glove, he's totally forgot about it. That was number 12, right?
Yes, Link Force. Also aptly, very nicely reminding us, for us. Thank you, Link Force. Shout outs to our tracker. I mean, like, he's done such a good job so far this game.
Yeah, for sure. Big shout outs to our tracker today, Link40. Number 12 is the Ether medallion. Alright, Bonta enters. Let's see which way he goes. He is heading right, so going to be about doing the same route that Hitsu is. See if he has as much trouble with those Gibdos as Hitsu did, though.
Alright, so that's 13?
13, 14, 15, 16.
Bonta is doing tile room first.
Wow, what a play in game 3. What a play.
I mean, if the sword is here, Bonta's gonna feel so good.
Man. Unless there's a sword up at the top of GT or something.
Oh, Hitsu is gonna be able to give us a GT big chest check. So disappointing. It's like, you see, it's so rare that you see this, especially in the standard seed, and it's just, well, that's unfortunate for Bonta.
Oh, was the key number 14? I totally missed that.
Oh yeah, yes. Apparently it's well, yeah. So like the GTP key was track number 14, and then Bonta, unfortunately, in tile room, ended up getting a small for his trouble.
All right, Novel Teen was our winner with 14. Also, Brutask, Fuse Nevis, and Mike. Vital 3, Say 5. Also,
right, I'm glad you're the one reading off the names here.
Yeah, trying to read them like, oh geez, sorry if I messed up your name, but congratulations on your internet points. All right, so where's this sword going to be? Is it going to be behind Ice Armos?
Yeah, so, you know, Bonta ended up doing the mummy room right before the 4 chests, very nicely. I think it's like first, second block. Hitsu, it looks like he had actually a bit of trouble with also Ice Armos as well, so it's going to be a little bit of time. Assuming Bonta also goes through and, you know, does Ice Armos the quick kill way, it's going to be a time
you have to do all of GT looking for a sword. You can't not skip something.
Well,
no, as I say that,
yeah.
It skips tile.
I was gonna say, it's just skipping tile. Although maybe because he checked everything else, he figured out that it's gonna be a small key there.
No, he just
okay. All right. Luckily, of course. Yeah. What's up?
Okay, so let's say they finish GT, and there's no sword here.
Oh my gosh.
Where's your next?
Where am I going? What is the most item dense location? Do I do Overworld? Overworld might be first. Might be first check because so what's fastened on the Overworld?
Gosh, I mean, what they have left, I have no idea. I don't even know. Hitsu taking the time to refill his hearts, down to only 4 hearts and a little bit of magic. This makes sense.
Actually, Hitsu has a blue potion, right? Maybe he doesn't want to use it. Bonta, though, I think
he does. But
what
does he do? Is Hitsu nervous? Is this nervous Hitsu? I don't know if I've seen this before.
He did say something about not a great controller, I think, before the race. I don't know. But yeah, maybe. I mean, so yeah, like another place, maybe I would just go dive into Swamp because there's always something good in Swamp, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. That's such a tough call.
Yeah, well, so Hitsu is as soon as we get some of his stream back, he is going to go through the gauntlet on Fighter Sword and a couple of arrows. Not probably the most pleasant gauntlet experience. Hitsu so far, though, I mean, just the way that he's like routed the scene, I mean, he has had like an amazingly great route, right? Like,
yeah,
he decided to go to pod first, and that paid off for him so much.
Yeah, that was really big.
Oh, we're back. Right. Okay, and we're doing NMG Bolt Lambo 2.
Oh, and he's down to 1.5 heart.
Wow.
1.5 heart here. You might have to. At this point, I feel like you just pull out the blue potion, right? You're just bleeding time.
Especially if you could use the fire rod here.
Yeah,
that would be great.
I mean,
oh wow,
Bonta's gonna come back at this point.
He's
out of arrows.
Oh my gosh, down to 1/2 heart. Hitsu.
I mean, if you're gonna use the potion, you should have used it like 3 cycles ago.
I guess I am curious to see what he wants to save it for. So maybe he's, he's thinking that if he finds a sword up here, which still could be the case, he doesn't have, like, he's basically set for Ganon, right? He has a safety with him. He doesn't have to go buy, another potion, and he'll just do the maps himself with us.
I mean, having that potion for Master Sword Ganon is nice, but you got to get there first.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And Hitsu used it at the last possible moment, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, so we do see some nice Kindness Mario strats, killing the Wizrows, of course, first time through. Bonta looks like he is completely out of safety, like he doesn't even have a potion at this point, he is definitely going to safety.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Also picking up the magic for his trip up.
Alright. Clear Mouse, is there going to be a sword up here?
Oh no, Hitsu. Oh, I really hope that for these runners' sake. Oh my gosh, Hitsu. I really hope that for these runners' sake there is a sword up here. Hitsu might be like.
Do not watch this back, Hitsu.
Yeah. This is pretty scary for him. I hope that like nerves aren't getting to him because this is kind of shaky. Alright, that's 23. Or 22, I guess, on his side. Because he never did tile room.
Yeah.
Well, Bonta having such good gauntlet before, just really getting bullied in this last room.
Yeah, to be fair, Fighter Sword Gauntlet is not
no, it's terrible.
Easy. It's not fun.
No, it's terrible. We don't even have half magic to help us out, right? Because like we at least have the fire rod, and you can at least do that bit as well. It's terrible.
I mean, there's a lot of pressure. This is game 3 between, you're facing, on Hitsu's side, you're facing Bonta game 3.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for a sword, which could be anywhere. You've cleared out GT. It's tough. It's not easy. It's easy to let nerves, to let nerves get you.
Yeah, last chance.
All right.
We are searching somewhere in this world for that second sword. Holy cow. Man. What a scene. So our first fighter sword was in Kakariko, right? Or somewhere like that?
Yeah,
maybe? Yeah, like
super
it was
early sword.
Oh wow, and they went through this entire game on fighter sword. Jeez. I guess at least they had the hammer pretty early. I think that was an escape, but this was, I mean, like.
I just don't know where you go from here at this point. I guess Swamp is your most. Okay, for Hitsu, if I'm Hitsu, my first thing I do is I mirror and I go to Mire Shed, and then I go to Desert.
Oh yeah, no,
that feels like the best place to go. That's not an option for Bonta because he hasn't activated his flute yet. So
yeah, his point.
Yeah, he might go activate that flute and head over that direction. Because you could check Desert Ledge, you could check Mire Shed, you could check Desert. I don't think anybody checked even Agina.
Nope, Agina. I don't know if we're gonna. We might see it at this point on Hitsu's side. Although, like Hitsu does have sometimes the mentality where it's like, after a certain point, it's like if I check if something's there, then I just lose. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm here looking for a sword.
All right, is it Desert Ledge? It is not.
It is not Desert Ledge. Yeah, so Hitsu basically is following exactly what you had said here, is he's going over to Mire. I mean, this is probably about as fast as chances going to get.
Yeah. Can't get into Mire, that's not even an option. Yeah, that's actually good, probably.
Unfortunate for Bonta taking on Agatu. It's only when you get one. One.
Powder. Powder.
Well, you know, at least it could help them later, I guess. Maybe.
Where? Where's it going to help them?
You're right, you're right. We've already cleared all of them.
Yeah.
We cleared all of the things.
All right, I think the swords are going to be Catfish, Eastern Palace, Big Key.
Oh my gosh, Fear!
And
so mean.
Ped. Those are the three key. Those are the three swords.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get a pet check from Hitsu, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't dip into desert. He's going swamp, or he's either new Pyramid Fairy or swamp. I think swamp is probably the play at this point.
Maybe a Pyramid Fairy because it's faster. I mean, he does have the Aghanim portal, so he can get there a little bit faster.
Oh, Bonta going Catfish. Maybe doing Graveyard Ledge along the way. King's Tune. It'd be funny if he checks escape at 118 after doing GT.
Dude, is he gonna remember this? Although maybe he thinks at this point though, like there is no sword anywhere. If there is something in escape, right? Like, or at the back of escape, like his would have already been done by now.
Oh, Hitsu hasn't done all this stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hitsu's got there's so much stuff to check.
I remember saying I would be very surprised if someone doesn't check Stumpy in a race. Hitsu almost didn't have to check Stumpy in this game.
Not Graveyard Ledge. So he's got K45, Dig Game, Smith Chain, I guess is what he's doing.
Smith Chain, yeah, and Powder. We just picked it up from National.
Oh right, yeah. K45, $50. King's Tune. Haven't seen this.
Bonta trying to get into the fast way. Fortunately, just not cooperating.
10 arrows.
10 arrows. That's not useful.
Oh man,
wow,
this is this is how game 3 is going to be decided for this year. Unbelievable.
Well, you know, okay, so game 1 was Bonta, you know, his 50-some minute ice rod hunt. Game 2
was
he's
doing it.
He's doing it. The back of escape. Oh wow! At an hour 20, Bonta is checking the back of escape. Yeah. Post GT. That's right. Bonta's not happy to see that book. He's like, I don't want to go check either tablet. I don't want to check Bombo's tablet. Although he hasn't been over there yet, so maybe Bombo's isn't going to be too bad.
I mean, you don't. Bombo's tablet doesn't mean anything because they can't get it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right here. Now, I guess like if the sword is on Bombo's and they end up finding it somewhere else, would you go back for it for tempered?
No, at this point, yeah, it's too late. You're not even gonna check it. All right, so Bonta gonna do Pyramid Fairy. It's missing his Hammer Dash.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. This is just gonna be another.
Not Hammer Pigs.
Wow, this is amazing. Oh, Bonta! Remember, he was gonna try and do like the dash with the big bomb, and he remembered now he has a portal.
All right, is it the Smith? It is not.
More health.
All right, we're gonna get about simultaneous Pyramid Fairy Magic Bat checks here. Pyramid Fairy 1, no. Pyramid Fairy 2, no. Nope. Two heart pieces. Magic Bat says 3
also
bombs.
No.
Oh my gosh, where are these swords?
You know, Fear, you did mention Akina, Eastern Palace Big Chest, or Big Key Chest, Ice Tea. Oh no, we got all the out of ice at least. Yeah. There's Meyer, but we can't get into Meyer. We still have to find Quake somewhere. There's Catfish.
But Desert, I'm surprised he didn't dip Desert. That was a little spreading.
Alright, so Lesser Seen Catfish. What are we gonna get today? Oh, Bonta hasn't even activated his flute yet either.
Yeah, he can't even get over there. Alright, here's Catfish, here's Purple Chest, the sword!
Purple Chest has a sword! Alright.
Is he gonna go get the potions? He is.
Yeah. 22 minutes and 50-some seconds post GT, and like, I don't know, 15, 20 more checks later, Hitsu can finally go peek at it.
Wow.
Alright, so, Bonta's still looking. Hitsu is not out of the woods yet. As we've said, Master Sword Silverless Ganon is not an easy fight. He does have the potion, but it is still going to be a battle of endurance.
Yeah, Bonta gonna go check out Spike Cave. Yeah, this is not over. If Bonta can somehow find a sword here or very quickly, and Hitsuyan has some mistakes. We've seen the nerves on Hitsuyan's side, so there's a lot of spins, no half magic.
Alright, Hitsu's starting out pretty well. Manages to, kind of be able to nestle himself.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, Bonta found a sword in Spike Cave!
What is that?
Oh my gosh. Alright, we have a race. This is, Bonta is, he has a red potion. Does he think this is gonna be enough?
Wow, nope.
Wow, okay.
He's on...
This is gonna be really tight. So Hitsu has a blue potion he can reveal his magic for. Bonta is on half magic. He does have the lamp, but this is gonna be super tight.
Yeah, that means no triples, pretty much, for 24 spins on phase 4.
Bonta does have to be a bit careful.
Phase 2, yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Even with limited magic, Bonta can't even do Canis Mori's Trust because he doesn't have a magic refill. Oh yeah. So his fight's also gonna be a bit longer.
Can you believe they found 2 different Master Swords?
I know, yeah! Like, almost next to each other as well. Like, Bonta's probably, I don't know, like 30 seconds behind Hitsu at that point. Maybe a little bit longer. Alright, looks like Hitsu is out of phase 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Wow, Bonta! Alright. Does a really good job to avoid the bats. Bonta is, of course, on one-hit KO mode on not phase 3 because the fire bats do 4 hearts of damage. Hitsu spamming the lamp like no tomorrow.
Yeah, with a little crazy there with the spam there, but wanted to make sure 100% got that torch glitch because that's going to help decide this.
Yes.
Now it's just
Bonta. Oh my gosh, Bonta! Oh, is he gonna live through this? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe the pause buffer's here. He was literally imminently. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh, he's taking a hit there.
Oh no. Oh no, Bonta. That was so close. Oh. It's like I think he could see imminent death on his side because you can't get out of the cook shot at that point, and you know that you're gonna hit the bat. But Bonta did such a good job trying to get out.
I mean, the fact that he's just going in on Master Sword with half magic and this many hearts on Green Nose.
Maybe
that says something.
Yeah, I know at this point, like he hasn't seen the dot done from Hitsu, right? So probably knows that he needs to go.
Hitsu wasting valuable fire rod shots. Come on, man.
Well, Hitsu must be pretty confident in this magic then. I mean, if he has a fire rod out for to do phase 4.
Yeah, getting these triples will be fine, and then as long as he doesn't continue to mess it up and miss it like there. You can always just switch back to the lamp for the last few, but it is missing these triples. I haven't been counting.
I also have not been counting. I mean,
this is close.
24 total, and it's just really Hitsu's running.
I mean, he's
pretty low on magic.
Oh, there it is, just enough.
Oh, and Bonta.
Another death for Bonta there. That's tough. Get your GGs in chat for Hitsuyan as he gets ready to cross this bridge. Pretty unbelievable race to take game 3 and move on to the brackets in Group L.
Yeah, this was amazing. All right, looks like Hitsu finishes official time 1 hour 27 minutes 31 seconds. Wow, what a race!
The last like 6 or 7 minutes was insane.
Looks like Bonta is going to try and finish this. He's going to drink his red potion after the third time. But I mean, like, Bonta's just not had good luck also with these fire bats. I mean, some of these patterns just did not look friendly. I'm not sure if anything happens after a death, but it's
We are now joined by the winner of today's match, Hitsuyan.
GG's, Hitsu.
How you feeling there, man?
How are you feeling?
I'm still sweating. Oh
so,
my god.
Did you think you choked the race away with that GT performance today?
Yeah, I was thinking I lost this 100%. To be honest.
Well, the big difference is you found the sword just slightly ahead of Bonta there. That's kind of what made the difference. But you went to Pod, he went over to Skullwoods East Town. You had those mitts. Did you? Once you grabbed those mitts, did you realize, hey, I might be in go mode now?
Yeah. Then I played also a bit greedy. I skipped, I think, Bombable Hut. It was a really quick check. I could do that. Also, Agina and Desert at the end. But I was like so nervous after this GT. I said, I just do something now and just hope, right? And also grabbing bottles every time. I know Bonta is a lot better execution-wise, so I feel it behind, of course.
Yeah. So how come we didn't use the bottle on Landmo too?
Yeah. We were
I don't know
that.
what there was.
I could tell when you got the GT and you went right and things kind of didn't go well for you. The good goes that the stress there was starting to get to you a bit. And I don't blame you. This is you're playing against Bonta, who's an excellent runner. Game 3, looking for a sword. That's tough. It's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, I mean, you ended up making, I guess, in this seed, like, you went to Pod first, Bonta went to Village of Outcasts and Easttown first, and of course, you know, like, you got everything in Pod, right? So, definitely bought you some time.
Yeah, the seed was crazy, I don't know. Like, you got everything, like, instant. Also the knowledge, like, with the Ice Rod there and Moon Pearl.
Yeah, it just kind of gave you all the crazy stuff right away. Got Hammer and Escape, and yeah, just kind of went. So you feeling good now, heading into the brackets?
I feel really good. I get a new controller tomorrow, and also I think I don't deserve the win against Bonta, but I deserve to, like, go into the brackets, I think. I was unlucky that I get, like, a player like Bonta in my group, right?
Yeah, it's
he is definitely also.
Yeah, as he crosses the bridge now. Get your GGs in chat for Bonta.
Yeah, GG's Bonta. Really,
a little short today.
Nice. Yeah. No, I mean, like that. Oh my gosh, Pierre! There's a sword on Pen.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
You didn't check pedestal when you had the chance.
Imagine I went then for this sword.
I know. You'd have to go. Yeah, unfortunately, you couldn't even get. I mean, you couldn't even get into Meyer. There was no Quake, so that is pretty funny.
GG's Bonta, like that Ganon fight at the end was much better. I mean, the fact that he even did it on basically like half a magic bar is really impressive.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, you get a week off, Hitsu. Gonna play some Among Us.
That feels so good. Yeah. Yeah. And also, I don't want it to play against Walter the third and fourth time, and then the fifth time maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, your group Hitsu is so rough, right? I mean, like it's. I don't want to pick which two people are going to come out of brackets, but at least from your perspective, you are through, right? So you get to relax.
Oh man, I don't expected that, to be honest. So.
Well, you played really well, despite your GT.
Despite your GT.
I'm gonna clown on you a little bit. But I mean, you made the right plays, and that's how you win these things. Any other thoughts about the seed or the tournament in general, Hitsu?
Yeah, the seed was really nice. The tournament is really nice. You are also really nice guys for commentating, tracking, and all the stuff. The restreams and all what the admins do, you know. Yeah. Everything is nice today.
Take that with you, everyone. Everything is nice.
Yeah, you can rest well tonight, Hitsu, I guess, or whenever you decided to call it a day or night.
Yeah, maybe we do a little NMG race now. You're relaxed.
Yeah, now we can do everything.
I did notice that you tried to defeat the Lamos too with the bow, Hitsu. Perhaps you might want to, you know, brush up on the practice hack a bit on that.
Wow, toxic.
All right, Hitsu. GG's. Good luck in the brackets. Good luck to Bonta and Walther as they fight for their tournament life.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our tracker, Link40. Again, thank you so much for all you do. Really appreciate you tracking for us today.
Yeah.
Clear mouths.
Yes, Fear.
Thanks so much for getting me to do this.
Oh yeah, no, this was definitely great. I mean, this was such an exciting race to watch. Of course, it's always fun with you, Fear. So definitely looking forward to next time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's gonna do it for us. Unless you have anything else, Clear Mouse.
No, yeah, so I think, yeah, again, you know, thanks, Hitsu. Thank you, Bonta, if you're still here, for what was an amazing race. You guys played super well. Bonta, bosses were so good. And of course, best of luck, Bonta versus Walther, to kind of round out the last remaining spot for brackets. Thanks, SpeedGaming, for letting us host this tournament. Oh yeah, so in terms of other races, I think there's a couple other ones going on tonight. Looks like 7. There's something going on right now, SpeedGaming 4.
Kern versus TJ Mostrom's on right now.
Yeah.
We've got Days Cloud versus Penny Royale on the ALTTPR Randomizer channel. 840. Scarlet versus Allison, 910 on SpeedGaming 4. Flip Heel versus Spleeby on Game 4. So lots of races going on this week.
Oh yeah. So lots of rando on the hour, every hour, pretty much. So definitely much more races to watch. Yeah. So until then, have a good night. See you next race.
Bye, everyone.